Stupid fucking prick. Oh, sorry.
I didn't actually know his name. I will live. I didn't know his name. I would have called him Fluffy.
You said prick. I think you said his last
you can
name
call him
wrong.
Fluffy. Welcome to Around the Whiteboard, where we're down one. Josh, aka Fluffy Duck, is on he's on a work call. So we've got Nathan Bird, Boss Coaching Development, and the gymnastics course. CrossFit recognized both. And we've got CJ, who is the head coach at WOD Prep. And we've got a blank space. And I'm dressed as Big Bird.
Are you yellow? I couldn't tell if it was your light.
Oh, I was like, okay, I want to get like a nice soft jumper. SKD released this jumper or a sweatshirt, sorry. And I was like, oh, I'll get that. Bought it, was so excited for it to come. It came, I put it on. My wife started laughing and said I looked like a minion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was it. Just fucking. Here he is.
There he is.
Who's the asshole? This guy.
That's all right. You've a real job. All right. Anyone that's coaching or owns an affiliate or anything, if you go to btwb.com/all-in-one, they will migrate all of your current members over to their new system, and you won't have to get anyone to re-enter payment details or do any of that shit stuff. And they will do all that for you and just seamlessly move over to a better system than whatever system you're currently using. I'm fairly confident that's a fact. Everything I've said there. So you can go to btwb.com/all-in-one, or if you just like following programming or making up your own shit or stuff, you can go to Beyond the Whiteboard, download the app. I think it's like $12 or something a month, and you can put in all your workouts, track all your workouts, and it counts whatever movement you do. So if you do, I don't know, assault bike calories every day, it'll track them over the course. Like I can't remember. I think it's something like Chandler Smith has done 10,000 burpees because he always tracks them Beyond the Whiteboard. So it like counts all his burpees over all of time.
Does that mean all my burpees don't count?
Unless you put them in there, yeah. So anyone who's doing anything, it doesn't count unless you're putting. Oh my god, who's that behind you?
Stop it!
It looks like
it is.
Wow. It's actually really good green screen that you've got. Usually it's shit. Heidi, for a lamp, I've got 3 lamps. There's one not actually turned on, and I've got 2 more up there pointing straight at me. If I turn them off, where's my remote? Look, Heidi, look. You see? Now I'm dark. Now I'm bright again. So there is a lamp.
I got one of them. It's on the wall. It's just on the walls.
I just look like shit. That's what the problem there is. All right, let's see. Where is Augustus? Who the fuck are these fellas? They're nobodies, and I don't know who they are. Please explain who they are. God, that's a very aggressive comment. So Nathan Bird runs Boss Coach Development and Gymnastics. He used to coach Laura Horvath, actually. So all of her success is thanks to you. We've also got CJ, WOD Prep head coach. I was actually told, so Jacob Hepner was maybe going to do this today, and when he heard you were coming on, he said that your boss needs to start doing some sandbag work, so you should start programming.
Don't worry, he's already working on it. He did it was a rough showing, but he made it to nationals though, so I gotta give the man credit, I guess.
Yeah, that was for tactical games or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, tactical games. Ben did tactical games.
That's basically a grid with guns. And we've got Fluffy Duck, Josh Birtle, who has the Duck Soup podcast and puts out memes and self-depreciating videos of himself. Unless he thinks he looks good with shorts up his ass crack, but whatever. Anyway, there are 3 contestants for today. The rules, as always, you have got 60 seconds per topic. And I need to share my timer. There it is. Okay. So you got 60 seconds per topic. If you go over, you'll be muted. If you interrupt anyone, you'll be muted. And if you make good points, you'll get points. And if you don't make good points, well, you won't. Okay. First question. There have been 3 workouts announced for the CrossFit Games. We have got run, swim, which is some combination of 4 miles of those 2 things. We have got 400-meter field sprint and then a 1,600-meter run or a 1-mile run. And we have got Chad, which is kind of running really slowly up and down on the spot. It's like jogging on the spot. So my question to you guys is there too much running at the CrossFit Games. Nathan, you're closest to me, so you're going to go first. Apologies. You got 60 seconds. Your time starts now.
Okay.
Go.
I think that it depends on the athlete's abilities. However, we need to test running. It doesn't get tested during the open, and therefore you can't standardize the run. These athletes do need to be tested on it. As long as there's a balance of strength and gymnastic skills incorporated individually and maybe within a workout, then they need to have a good amount of running. I do think it's very important. It's really cool to see a sprint and potentially a longer distance combination, but then there needs to be a thought process from CrossFit to come through in terms of ground contact times, in terms of if they're putting double unders in, if they're putting box jumps in, if they're doing box step ups in, if they're doing running. There's ground contact times in terms of training, which is recommended, but in terms of competition, it's keeping those athletes safe with Achilles, the calves, and injuries. So as long as they remain within a safe range and it's been considered of a safe range, the running is vitally important, and therefore I think they can't be too much as long as it remains safe. Time.
Good stuff. Time. I should start doing that. All right, CJ, you're up. You got 60 seconds. Time starts now. Go.
Yeah, I think placing is everything. So we have 3 events before the cut. And so as long as there's not another run event before event 7, I think then we start to create a big bias. There will be another run event, and it should be in a mixed modality format. It shouldn't be monostructural in any capacity. But running is the foundation of all aerobic testing in capacity, right? All testing is done through running intervals. It's the only aerobic event that requires you to propel yourself. All the other are machine bias, which can create biases to power and weight and strength, et cetera. And so I think running is the cornerstone of all aerobic work. So I don't think there's too much running. Now, if there was another event like event 4, a lot of running, then I think we start to lean into a bias point. But as long as it's after event 7 or after Chad, I think we're going to be good. And I definitely think we're going to see more running events, maybe even with a weight vest on the Rogue Runner, etc. Time.
All right, Josh, 60 seconds. Time starts now. Go.
I don't think there's enough running, personally. I think we should do more running. I think every workout should incorporate some form of running, just for exactly what they're saying, more aerobic capacity. I just think every event should have you should start kind of like in the vendor village, run to the starting spot of wherever the event starts, and then that's part of your workout, right? You got to run to it. It's kind of like a good warm up because you get the blood flowing. No, actually, exact opposite. Running blows ass, first off, okay? Running is the worst. But what they just said, absolutely correct. I can't debate what they were saying because they're right on with their calibration of what is good for measuring exercise, aerobic ability. Running is probably the best. I just really hate it. So if we could just remove it from the sport of CrossFit, I don't like doing it. I don't like watching it. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I get side cramps. Do you really... No one likes running. You just kind of have to do it. So no.
You're out of time.
Oh, God damn it.
All right. That was like watching a fish on the deck of a boat, just like flip-flopping around. All right, Nathan, you have got bollocks. I closed the wrong screen. You have
I've got bollocks.
You do have bollocks.
Makes sense.
Large ones from what I've heard. You've got 20 seconds of rebuttal, so you can. I mean, there's probably no point attacking Josh because he just shot himself in the face. But you can critique any of the points that you want. You've got 20 seconds. Your time starts now. Off you go.
I think that Josh starting off saying there should be more running. He's right in terms of there's running at the start of every workout. So when I was saying about considering the accumulation of running, that's extra running all the time to finish the workout, the beginning of the workout. We've always got running in there. So maybe we can reduce it down a little bit because they're...
And you're out of time.
All right, CJ,
off you go.
Yeah, I just want to comment on the chat that John Young has no fucking influence in my answers, but I think safety was an interesting point to make. I think obviously safety needs to make a play, but I don't think we're even close to getting into any type of safety concerns based on the running so far.
And you're out of time. Josh, off you go.
Do we know how many events there are? Are there going to be 12?
It's unknowable. Probably between 12 and 15. This is a bad use of your time, buddy.
because it kind of determines how many running events we should have. So if there's 10 events this year and we only have like 4 of them that are running, then yeah,
Cool. Great point, man. You're out of time. Well done. All right. We've we'll do up our scores. You probably shouldn't have wasted so much time asking that question at the start and then pausing for reflection after you heard the answer. Yeah, it's actually worth noting that, like, I mean, you have to run to the finish line. That's like every time you have to do that.
Like
And that's
50
plenty,
feet.
that's plenty, by the way. That's plenty of running.
Yeah. If you want to run and hug someone, like after you do the event, you know, like you think the old Madison thing where they jump up, they jump up on the step off the finish line. That's not a jump. Is that included? All right. Scores the end of that.
The trail run. Oh, sorry.
No.
I'll shut it.
I'm going to take away that half point. Nathan's on 1.5. Siege's on 1.5. Josh's on 1. Let's see what's happening. Oh no. Pause. Please. John Young's notes continues. Wow. Scathing. Yeah, -1 for being concerned about safety. I almost did take a point off you because you know what? They're elite athletes and fuck them. They're here for our entertainment.
I disagree. If we define that, we actually define that in the gymnastics course. They're novice athletes because CrossFit's still a novice sport. Once the athletes can do movements with mastery, which they can't across every movement, then they become professional athletes. At this point, they're still novice athletes, so therefore we must have concern for their safety.
Do you think they're novice athletes across all modalities at this point?
No, not all modalities. There's some areas where, see, if you watch, Sam Briggs is a great example. You watch her do bar muscle ups. She's someone who shouldn't be doing bar muscle ups with so much mastery. However, she's worked hard to achieve that. So there's areas within their games with different athletes where they are achieving mastery within the movement. We define it as well. However, if they can have mastery of movement, then surely, then they're professional athletes. Then yeah, okay, you can be a bit more explorative within the games. But I would say they're still novice athletes.
Interesting. We could dig into that and totally derail this combo. We should have a conversation on a different show at some point.
Let's do it, no problem. My example would be Jason Kalipa. If you remember him doing Amanda, that's definitely a novice athlete.
Well,
that was professional.
Yeah, that was 13 years ago, though. I mean, like the whole field was. Yeah, true.
My God. Come on.
All right, sorry.
I knew it would annoy him if I talk more.
I love
it. Topic 2. What percentage of mastery is Laura Horvath and deficit? Jesus, that messed up my head. Yeah, you're losing control, Pedro. Yeah, if everyone could just shut the fuck up. Okay. CJ, you're up first on this one. Castro has mentioned in multiple times, and I think it was Mike Halpin, Nona Noble, who was adamant that the twist was that it's the cut comes directly after Chad, and then I think even he backtracked and said, oh, that's actually probably not it because Castro said something afterwards that made him backtrack on that. So my question to you is, what should the twist be? He has mentioned a twist at least like 7 times. CJ, you've got 60 seconds. Your time starts now. Off you go.
I think there's a couple things to think about. I think the cut line is an influencing factor that will create intensity, stress, urgency from the athletes for the bottom 20. For sure. And so I think that does create a big twist. I think the other thing to think about is it has to be box step overs. It cannot be box step ups because then we leave the results into the hands of the judge. What if one judge requires you to have a half-second pause or a 1/10 of a second pause at every step up, and another judge is giving you the down signal as soon as you're up, right? Over 1,000 reps, that could be minutes on time. So I think it has to be step overs. I think that's going to be the twist to create speed and intensity, which will make it faster. Step overs, I think, are faster than step ups. They're a little less fatiguing. And then I think they'll move the box down the field or something to that effect. But I don't think it's going to be anything super flashy. I think it's going to be pretty cut and dry, but I do think it'll be step overs. Time.
All right, Josh, 60 seconds to probably not answer this one either. Off you go.
What a dick. Here's what you should do. Katie at Rogue, they need to develop like a box that's about 30 yards wide, like the width of like a football field. Get 1,000 of those. Okay. Then it's a race to the finish line, right? 1,000 boxes. It's a step up and over, 1,000 box length to the finish line. Or you know what? Let's dial it back. Oh, serious talk. Okay. Serious talk. What if you got 10 boxes? The width of.
Did you hit your fucking head before this?
The width of the freaking thing, 10 boxes, hear me out. You line them up, you go down and back, stepping over. What CJ just said, stepping down and over and back, racing that way. I think that would be a lot more of a visual improvement on just watching somebody just step up and down. But if there was like a race back and forth, you have to go back and forth like 10 times down the length of the court, come back. So it's a step up and over. Come on. Is that not a great idea? 2?
No.
1?
It's
yeah, I thought that actually was pretty solid. I thought that was actually kind of solid. Maybe I didn't explain it good.
It's borderline retarded. All right, Nathan, you got 60 seconds. Starts now. Off you go.
I had 2 ideas. I actually agree with Josh. I think if you have like more than 10, like 25 boxes per lane, and they would step in over the boxes per lane, you can visually watch where the athletes are against each other. However, if you've watched Fittest 100, the Korean thing on Netflix, has anyone seen Fittest 100?
Yeah.
They did the sprint on the treadmill, so they had to sprint on the treadmill, keep running on the treadmill. If you look at that video panning around with the lights and those treadmills set up, that was super impressive. So if they could do a spectacle where it looks cool like that, but in my head, the only way you can do that, it takes away from Chad being a hero workout and for a purpose of box step-ups. The only way in my head you can do that is if you have Stairmasters at the CrossFit Games and they were lined up the same as those treadmills, and it's just 1,000 steps on the Stairmaster, so it's like a reduced Chad to take the volume away from the games, but it's 1,000 steps as fast as they can go with the weight vest or dumbbells overhead or any variation that they wish to do. But box step-ups. Maybe not dumbbells overhead because
time. Yeah, dumbbells over. I wish you had no time left to say maybe not dumbbells overhead, because when you said that, I was like, fucking hell, that's psychotic. All right, we'll go back down the way. CJ, you're first up. You've got 20 seconds of rebuttal. Your time starts now. Off you go.
I think the Stairmaster idea takes away the eccentric load of Chad, so I don't think that's possible. I also think we're going to try and keep it as close to Chad as they can. It was presented, in a way that we are, honoring the hero and honoring the workout in of itself. So I think they'll try and keep the pure.
You're out of time. All right, Josh, you got.
That was
seconds.
way too fucking early.
Off you go.
All right, new idea. You start everybody in the arena, right? But you go up the stairs through the where everybody's standing in the stands. You line everybody up in their own little aisle, right? Maybe like 10 people at a time go, 10 athletes at a time go, but they're in the crowd. Everybody's going up the stairs of the arena and back down.
And you're out of time. All right, Nathan, last 3 years, off you go.
I'm with Josh on that. Like, I had that in my head going up the steps a bit. Like, I can't remember which games it was, like 16, 17, 18, where they did the wheelbarrow, the sandbags over the stadium and up the steps. But I really do agree that Chad's Chad, and it's being done for a reason, and you can't take away that reason. And so therefore, just keep it as Chad.
You're out of time. Life is hard, isn't it? All right. Like, fucking hell. So keeping the like, you're right. Oh my god. So mate, you want Rogue to fashion how wide is a football field? Like, how many yards wide is a football
40
field?
yards.
Is it 40? God damn. Okay, that's pretty
okay.
Big.
It's not meters.
So you want to and how long is it?
It's a width of a normal box, but it's 40 yards wide, so everybody can kind of race.
And you want to fit 1,000 boxes, so they're just stepping up and then walking across a field of boxes.
If Roe pulled off 1,000 boxes, that would be quite a sight.
Have to have the boxes. The boxes would have to, if they're as wide as a football field and you're putting 1,000 boxes, they'd have to be the width of half your foot in order to fit like 1,000 of them across. And you'd have to step down onto your tiptoe and then step back up again because you'd have no room. You'd be banging shins everywhere.
It's going to be an outdoor event. Let's not be ridiculous.
I don't think it is going to be outdoor though, is it?
Oh, is it inside?
No, it's inside.
Oh,
it's not at Farrington Field.
Oh, there goes that idea.
Yeah, I think, on your second idea, but fuck, okay.
Yeah. Well,
also,
with the tennis court down and
10
back.
athletes, so 10 athletes, your second idea was 10 athletes would go at a time doing Chad. Chad takes like 45 minutes, and there's like 80 athletes to get through, so strap
That's
in,
true.
folks.
Be on the way for the weekend.
Hours.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, I'll need to just do it.
Midnight call-up. They can all do it at midnight.
Yeah, just like a rolling clock. Okay, you guys, you're in heat 1. You start at 11 p.m. All right. Fucking hell. Yeah, I actually don't know. I don't know what the twist is going to be. There's your scores anyway. Josh got an extra half point. Pity, I don't know. Siege is on 2.5. Nathan's on 2. The twist, I forgot to say actually on the running thing. One of the people I trust most when it comes to programming or understanding of programming is J.R. Howell, and he said it's moronic to think that there's too much running at the games. So that answers that question.
It's kind of what I
and
said.
with Chad, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was talking to Vanna the other day. He said a lot of the same stuff that CJ was saying about the judging and the time you're saying, like, if someone could just get fucked over basically if their judge is like, no, go, whereas the other one's just like 1, 2, 3, you just get fucked and you can't make up that time. So he was saying if they put something in, like you have to do something in between every set of 100 that could level out the playing field and remove that aspect, or you just do step overs. And then I guess I kind of initially thought, like, you can't, if you don't do 1,000 step ups for time wearing some kind of weight like a ruck or a vest or something, you're not doing Chad, and the workout is Chad. But then he also made the point of, I mean, like Friendly Fran, like, that you can just change it to be like, oh, it's the games version, and it's just fine because everything is made up anyway and nothing is real. So yeah, I don't know what the twist could be. Maybe like do 1,000 step ups and you have to run up and down the stairs every time, or you have to do like run back, do like shuttle runs or some shit. I don't know. Then that's that shit that Nathan's talking about your foot touching the ground or whatever. I don't understand what he's talking about, but something about feet. Yes, Josh. So polite.
Okay. I think the worst thing.
Yes, you can go to the bathroom.
I think the worst thing they could do from like a spectator point of view would just be straight Chad. Just line everybody up and everybody just do straight Chad. Holy moly. That would be. Okay, that's a concession break. That's a concession break.
I think so I saw someone was it in the show I did with Van, or someone was in the comments and said, yeah, I'm going to go and drink beer and turn up for the last 10 minutes. So that's what someone said. Exactly, it's just straight Chad. Exactly. But yeah, I think the 2 year points about making it visually appealing or visually easy to follow, I imagine they're just going to move the box, and then you'll be able to see, look, that guy's way ahead of him, or that guy's fucked, or look, he's sitting down in his box and he's at the start line. All right. Last topic. Josh, you're going to go first on this one. So last year at the CrossFit Games in Madison, the final year in Madison, we had a 5K run, and I think it was 5K anyway, and everybody was encouraged globally to do it. Everyone was encouraged in Madison to turn up and do it and have a go. The Buttery Bros did it. Craig Ritchie did it. So anybody who's anybody wasn't there. Did you do it, Josh?
I did. Thanks for noticing.
Cool. How fast did you do it?
Ooh, that was not a good time. I want to say it was like 38 minutes. Not a good time.
Oh, okay. So you walked. Okay. So my question is for this year, what should they do a community event the same as they did last year? And if they should, what should it be? Josh, you're up first. You got 60 seconds. Your time starts now. Off you go.
Yes, I love the fact that they do that. I've got a brain fire now. I can't remember if they've done it in the past, but I think that's great. And I think it's kind of a no-brainer, right? It's got to be Chad, right? It's got to be Chad. It's got to be kind of like a backpack-less Chad. But again, if we got 30-yard boxes, I think you get enough people out there to do the community event. No, I think Chad is the way to go. 5K again. I mean, I kind of hope it's pegboard, community pegboard, but yeah, I think Chad would be, if you're doing a workout that you're also going to watch the athletes do at the games, that makes it extra cool, extra special. If you can get some CrossFit legends out there to do it, like myself, Buttery Bros, and like Froning, that's going to make it even more enjoyable for the spectators to do. But some version of Chad, I think, would be cool since that's what the athletes are doing at the games as well.
Good stuff. All right, well timed as well. Nathan, you got 60 seconds. Your time starts now. Go.
I was thinking back to like CrossFit, like years back when people started using the flower by Moby doing bring Sally up, bring Sally down. And I think like you can bring that back in. So then people who've maybe fallen out of CrossFit, they might see something like that and they would remember it and they'd be like, fuck, I wish I was still doing this again. And then so keep it as air squats. And you can almost make people accountable by linking arms side by side, so forearms linked or hands linked. and they can all do bring Sally up, bring Sally down, holding the bottom of the air squat. The squats can be scaled for the people who are maybe limited range or injuries or like box height or whatever you want to do as a scale. But you can have the whole community doing that. And if the 3-4 minutes of that song isn't quite enough for everyone to do a full workout, because 5K run can be long for some people, then you can add in Roxanne at the end with burpees if everyone wants to go into Roxanne with burpees. So it'll be a bring Sally up, bring Sally down into burpees.
What Roxanne with burpees is just every time he says every time he says Roxanne, you do a burpee.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, try it.
Huh. How many times is that?
It's got to be close to 100, right? Good for you.
I'll have a look. I might do that tomorrow. All right, CJ, 60 seconds. Off you go.
Yeah, I think community events are key, right? I think trying to bring it back to a grassroots feel is always very important. We complain and we bitch and moan about everything leading into the games, but when the games comes, we all love it and we have a good time. And so doing anything you can to get everyone involved is good. Instead of a run, they're going to be on Farrington Field. I think it's, you guys referenced doing something that games athletes are doing, or just being on the floor, I think would be cool as well. So maybe something like a Fight Gone Bad style, 10 stations, like 20 wide, and they just like work their way down the field. You have a time slot, you start, and you just kind of work your way down. So like there's like a dumbbell and a box, a burpee, or maybe there's a sandbag or whatever it is, and it could be just work your way down and it's total reps. Now that wouldn't lead into a worldwide event. Maybe there's something else there, but I was just thinking sort of in person on site on that Friday, because it seems like they have Farrington Field for the whole day. So something like that I think would fit really nice.
Good stuff. All right. Josh, you're up. You've got 20 seconds. Roxanne is only mentioned 25 times, and put on a red light is actually mentioned 26 times. Yeah. So put on a red light is actually more than Roxanne. So if you do both, you'll get 50. It's only half my daily due. All right. Josh, 20 seconds. Time starts now. Off you go.
Yeah, I wish I could change my answer, because that guy had a way better answer than me. I like the Sally up, Sally down, or even like a Nasty Girls, like an old school. The nostalgia's hit me home. I love that. Seriously, I love that. It kind of gives people back to the grassroots. I like that. I just think doing something that they're going to be doing at the games.
Your time's up, so no one's ever going to hear what you think. All right, Nathan, you've got 20 seconds. Time starts now. Off you go.
I think the idea of Chad's cool. You can have people start at exactly the same time, because no one's going to watch it anyway, so you might as well make them do Chad at the same time. However, like if you add in equipment for people to do it, people at home can't do it. My opinion still is Sally up, Sally down. People can have it on their telly and do it exactly the same time.
And CJ, off you go.
Television, TV. Sorry,
I like it. I'm worried less about like the worldwide community events, since everyone ran longer anyways. I think we keep it focused there, give people that are coming to the experience, there's no tickets, maybe it brings more people, something on Farrington Field, football length event that a lot of people can do over a long.
Time's up.
You keep fucking cutting me off early. It says
it's fucking
1.
20 seconds, man.
It says 1.
No,
has to go to 0.
No, that 1 is the new.
No, I was also speaking for the first 2 seconds.
No.
I'm on their side. You got a happy trigger finger, buddy.
It's a look at the screen. It's a fucking Tabata clock.
It still says 0-1 right now, and you already stopped it. It's got 1 second.
That's the fucking interval.
God damn, this is horseshit.
Listen.
Someone said almost a total of 40. So maybe that's the Roxanne.
Thunderstruck
with burpees. Is 4.
Yeah, we always did Thunderstruck 40. with
so
beer.
Is it 39?
It's different.
Or is it like 5? Almost 40. You cut him off at 3. I fucking did not cut him off. It goes, oh, fuck's sake. All right, I'm gonna let this next one run then, and you can fucking see what I do. Okay, so just change CJ's point. I'll deduct that.
Oh man,
am I winning? I can't see the.
I can't see the thing.
And then I do Nathan 3.5. Save. So I'll show you 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, 1 second left, and you're muted, and then it goes to the next fucking interval. That's how it works.
All right.
This one is different. This clock is different because this one goes into negative splits for some reason. I don't know how to stop it doing that, so it goes red. Yeah, he fucking is Ortega. He is the worst. He being me. But fuck you, you're here. There's 97 of you fucking idiots with nothing better to do, and you're watching a shit host with two people who sort of know what they're talking about. One guy who was late and doesn't have a fucking clue what's going on anywhere. He referred to himself as a legend of CrossFit and entered and added Rich Froning as a fucking by the way that he just remembered at the last minute.
They're going to walk away with quite the learning experience. I feel good about this. I do.
All right. Okay. That was all for comedic effect. Okay. Nathan, 3.5. Bring Sally up is a great idea.
That was great. God, that was a good
Chad,
idea.
good idea, but I just thought Nathan's rebuttal to that of like, well, then you need a box, and straight away that's a deterrent.
Shit ton of boxes.
Yeah, or a 130-foot box, 30 yard. And CJ, yeah, like I take your point about Friday and Field, but I just think if you're doing a community thing, the whole thing about the 5K it was like anyone anywhere can do this, and it was like we're all going to do this together, the whole global community, that was their whole shtick last year. Whether they stick to that this year, if CJ doesn't win, this show is rigged. You've just woken up, my friend. It's been rigged since the very start. Yeah, no more bathroom breaks.
Have they done a community event before last year?
I don't think so.
Okay, that was the first one.
I think, to my knowledge, unless it is something like early days.
Yeah, like a worldwide thing that they push. I think that was first, but they've done community events like on site before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They've done WODs in the vendor village.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. First show, no, 407. Anything else there? CJ, when is your next show?
Oh yeah, Friday we're going to do the CrossFit Fighting Championships. So we're going to take everyone head to head in a March Madness style fist fights. So we're going to do a women's side and then a men's side. And so we're going to seed them based on fitness 1 through 40, and each round, so it'll be like a round of 32, 16, etc. Each round has a theme. So round of 32 is MMA, Sweet 16 is a bar fight, Elite 8 is Hunger Games, Final 4 is like assassination John Wick style, and then the championship is like Kimbo Slice's backyard. It's gonna be super sick. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I wish I had that time to have those thoughts. Wow.
We're winging it. It's 100%. Like there's no prep. We're just seeding it. John's seeding it, and then we're just gonna go in blind and just talk about who can fight and who can't for 2 hours.
I can't have respect for anyone who doesn't prep before a show.
Oh, really?
When does Nathan come back on? I'd be curious if anyone has achieved a level above novice between this appearance and the next. So Nathan, you have to come back on.
Because I don't have a microphone.
You have to come back on. Is this the first one? Yeah. So it'll be after the games. You're going to come back on for a semi-final, and then a final, and then the final, where it's like all of the winners of all of the finals so far. So Seth, Haley Murillo, I think, and then whoever else. All right, so you actually now have 30 seconds. What the fuck do you want now?
Just wondering if can I get like a Hunter McIntyre wildcard invite to the finals?
No, you can be in the live chat.
Oh,
I won't. I won't kick you out if you come into the chat. Yeah, I need to figure out who's in the semi-final. I can't remember. All right, Nathan, you got 30 seconds to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Your time starts now. Off you go.
Whatever I want to talk about. Oh, okay.
Anything.
I'll talk about gymnastics course and bird box. Why not? I'm in gymnastics course seminar this weekend in Netherlands. I'm not selling it. We're sold out, so you can't come. However, we do have seminars internationally all the time. We've just scheduled more seminars in. We're literally worldwide. US, South America, Asia. We cover the world. Same with coaching development. Bird box coaching development is actually the owner of the gymnastics course. It was licensed as CrossFit Gymnastics previously. If you don't know it, you can check us out on Instagram for both.
Oh man,
what a guy! What a nice guy.
I only let you keep going there because I was sharing the wrong screen. All right. Oh shit! Yeah, it'll actually be sooner than that the final is on. Okay, yeah. Maybe it's next week. Fuck, I need to figure some shit out. I'm sorry. 3 kids and I'm fucking tired. All right. There you go. There's Chase. A lot of love from Chase. Josh sucks yet again.
Yeah. Hard to argue.
Maybe I will bring you back for the final just for comedic interval. You can come on. I'll add a 5th screen and you can come on and start a point where it sounds like you're being sincere and you're going to make a good point, and then completely flip-flop in the opposite direction, and it turns out nothing you've said was serious so far. All right, thank you, Nathan. Really appreciate you giving up your time and the stress of putting your child to bed in time for this show to start. CJ, thank you for coming on. Appreciate you, and good luck. Friday, what time is that at?
1 Central.
Okay, so that's like now, basically, more or less, on Friday in about 20 minutes.
Yep.
And when is the next duck soup?
Oh, we just recorded it. It's probably go live either later today or tomorrow. Yep.
Why don't you do them live?
I do sometimes. Usually the guests, my other hosts on there, their streaming quality is not as good, so it's just better to wait for production and then make it look a little nicer. Look at my camera. Look at my camera. My camera's perfect at all times. Perfect camera at all times, 24/7.
That's. I mean, it's hilarious that you're frozen as you're saying that. All right. Thank you everyone in the comments. What else have I got? Kill Taylor on Saturday. The spin is on tonight or this afternoon, wherever you are, depending on where you are, on barbell spin. I think. Kill Taylor on Saturday. So you'll have the spin tonight. WOD prep on Friday, Kill Taylor on Saturday. Savan is announcing SoCal athlete, tier Wodapalooza, the tier SoCal SoCal athlete on Friday, and I'm announcing the final 2 athletes next Monday. So you can come back for that. That's it. Thank you everyone for watching and participating. I appreciate you all. Goodbye.
Hell yeah.